So I welcome you all the students to this live video in which I am going to discuss with you that how we can study the difficult topics of the subject of physics. Okay, okay guys. So guys, see, physics, as I told you in the previous videos also, that the physics is one of the most important subject if you want to achieve a good rank in the NEET 2024 examination or NEET 2025 examination, but here we are specifically discussing the NEET 2024 for NEET 2024, that what we can do to get a better rank in the NEET examination, and for that solving questions of physics, getting 180 near 180 marks from the physics in the NEET 2024 examination is of utmost importance. Now, one question that usually comes in our mind, so that how we can study the difficult topics of physics, how we can study the difficult topics of this subject of physics. So we find many topics very difficult in the physics. Okay, so we are, because we are from biology background, okay, we feel some sort of complication in the mathematics that is involved in the physics subject. Now, first of all, I want to tell you this: when we say that difficult topics in the physics subject, okay, so what would you think that the topics, which topics are difficult? Okay, so I tell you, actually the only topic, not only in this subject, in any subject, the topic you feel difficult is the one in which you haven't done enough hard work. Let me tell you frankly, okay, if you haven't studied any topic, that you have not studied well, you would say that that topic is difficult for me. Okay, I've seen many students telling me, sir, this topic seems to be very difficult for me. Some students tell me, sir, this topic seems to be very difficult from me. Okay, some are good in the mechanics part, some are good in the electricity part. So there is no, I won't say that this topic is very tough for physics, for NEET aspirant. I'm not going to say you that. The only concept that I believe on this, that the topic that you haven't studied properly, you haven't studied well, that topic is going to feel difficulty. You are going to feel difficulty in that particular topic. Okay, no matter in the absolute terms, see, nothing in the absolute terms is easy or difficult. It is on what perspective we are seeing it. Okay, what perspective we are seeing it. So one thing that we can do first, that from our side we try to study all the topics with hard work, with full of efficiency, with full of concentration. Okay, but sir, we are trying to do it, but still in some topics we are unable to get hold of the concepts. Okay, now if you are doing the hard work, if you are giving proper time, if you are giving proper attention to the topic, any topic for that matter, and even then if you are not getting that topic, so there can be two possible reasons. Okay, there can be two possible reasons. Okay, if you are, after giving sufficient time to some topic, after giving sufficient effort to some topic, even if you still feel that, sir, we are unable to understand this topic, so there can be two possible reasons for that. Firstly, your source, from which source you are studying that particular topic, is questionable. Okay, is questionable, because when you are, when you are studying something from a right resource, this is very likely that you are going to get that topic and all your difficulties are going to be changed into ease, right? Okay, the second reason could be that you don't have, so see, every topic has some prerequisite. Okay, so you don't have the prerequisite knowledge. You don't have the prerequisite understanding. Okay, you don't have the prerequisite understanding. So sometimes what we do, we try to jump. Okay, like for example, when we try, what is the first topic that we must study in the physics? Okay, so if you are following my lectures, you must have seen that I have started with the units and measurement. I could have started with any topic of physics, isn't it? Okay. Now, why I have started with units and measurement? Because unless you understand the topic of units and measurement, which is basic to each and every topic of the physics, each and every chapter of the physics, how you are going to understand the other topics? That is not possible. We have to move step by step. Okay. Firstly, we have to pass fifth standard, then only we can go to the sixth. If right away some person comes to the 8th standard, definitely he is going to feel difficulty in passing the 8th standard. He is not going to understand what is required to pass the 8th standard. Now, same way happens here. What many students do, they jump between the topics. They started with unit and measurement, then they start electrostatic because sir, electrostatic is the most important chapter. It comes out of from 9%. Now we directly jump to it. Okay, so unless you know the basic of each and every topic, it is not wise to jump along. Okay, sir, we started Newton's law of motion, but we didn't have the understanding of kinematics. Okay, then definitely you are going to feel difficulty in the Newton's law of motion. So the second reason that could be that you haven't studied properly the previous topics, which are very much required to understand this particular topic in which you feel difficulty. Okay, so sir, how we can counter that? So for source, you can always choose the right material, the right reference book, the right mentor. Okay, okay, so I would say always choose wisely. Okay, always choose wisely. Just don't go by the saying of the others. Okay, sometimes what we do, sir, my friend is doing this way, he is studying this book, he is learning from this resource. Okay, he is learning from this resource, so just don't do that. Just don't do that. Okay, why sir? Why sir? Why sir don't do that? So please don't do that for this reason that you might be different from what your friend is doing. Okay, may the right source for him be not the right source for you. Okay, you may require different sort of approach in understanding some sort of a topic. So always choose wisely. Always choose according to your mental ability, your way of understanding. Okay, so let's suppose that there is a teacher A, teacher B, teacher C. Okay, okay, all teachers, definitely they are all teaching well, but if you are understanding more from teacher B, your friend is understanding more from teacher A, whom you should choose? You must choose teacher B. And same goes for the books also. There are n number of books available in the market. First, ensure that they are error free before you buy them. Okay, because if we have error in those books, it is going to be catastrophic. Why it is going to be catastrophic? Because if you are reading some error books with error, it is going to give you wrong concepts, and the question then you are going to see in the examination, you will be clustered in that, you will be confused in them, and you will not be able to answer them. Okay, okay. Now the second thing is, sir, we must require to understand the basic concepts well. Okay, so in physics basic concepts are very important. I would say in physics the basic concepts. Okay, always keep hold on the basic concepts. See, if you hold these basic concepts well, you will be able to deal with the difficult questions, you will be able to deal with the difficult concepts, you will be able to deal with the difficult concepts quite easily. Okay, Okay, so what are these basic concepts? So the basic concepts are Newton law of motion. Okay, okay, basic equations of motion, basic equation of motion. Okay, law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of energy. Okay, then we have law of conservation of momentum, right? Right. Then we have the Hooke's law. Then we have Archimedes principle. Then we have Snell's law. Okay. Then we have this Ohm's law. I'm writing it here. Ohm's law. Then we have the Doppler effect. Okay. So these are some of the basics law which are necessary if you want to understand physics well. Okay. Okay. Now to understand the physics well, you need these. Okay, so I have a live question here. So, sir, please suggest some tips for law of motion. Okay. So, see, when you learn this law of motion, you must try to hold of the concept well. Or, for that matter, if any law that you are understanding, you must understand it from the very basic. Okay. Okay. So, like for example, what we do, sir, force is equal to mass into acceleration. This is how we know the second law of Newton. Okay, second law of motion, right? But now, simple example I am giving you: force is equal to mass into acceleration. Now, force is equal to mass into acceleration. So, to find the force out of this law, you first know to find the acceleration. And from where you will get the acceleration? Sir, we will get the acceleration if we have good concept of kinematics. Okay. So now your question has proven my point even. Okay. So what happens if we understand the basics? Like, we must not jump between the topics. So sometimes what the students do, they see these videos where we tell you that these are the important topics. There's hundreds of such videos on YouTube. Now what happens, we just figure out, okay, these are important topics, we just go on to them, and at the end of the day what happens, we end up memorizing some of the questions, some of the equations, and if similar questions or questions on those limited concepts comes in front of us, we are able to answer them. But if a little bit tricky question comes to us, we will not be able to answer them because our concepts are not that strong. Okay. Okay. So we have to have good concepts on each of the basic laws, on each of the basic topic, and we must never jump between the topics. Okay. That is my point here. Now, if you have good concepts, okay. Now, many students tell me, sir, when we study, we learn the things, we are able to retain it, we are able to understand it even. But when a question comes to us, if it is a similar sort of a question that we have done in the DPP, that we have done in the live sessions, that we have done from the book, that we have done from the NCRT, if the question comes in front of us with a similar context, similar concept, we are able to do it. But if the question is having some complicated language, it is having multiple concepts, okay, then we find it difficult to approach these sort of questions. Okay, so sir, how we can approach these type of questions? Now to that I would say, now see, if any question you find it difficult, see, this is not with you, this is with everyone. Okay, so whenever a new question comes in front of us, if it is you, if it is me, a new question comes to us, and now we have to think of it. So first of all, have patience in reading the question. Sometimes what happens now, see, patience is very important in this journey. Have patience in reading question. Okay, have patience in reading the question. So sometimes when we are reading the question, we rush in the question, and then we are unable to understand the key points of the question. Okay, and once the key points of the questions are left, once the key points of the questions are left, they go without being noticed, then definitely you are leading to the wrong answer. Okay, so when we find a difficult, so when we see a question, see if it is a question of, let's suppose any law, let's suppose Hooke's law, and you don't remember the formula of Hooke's law, then the matter is over. You will not be able to do it, so you must move ahead. Okay, now if you know the formula but still you are unable to recall the concept, that how shall I approach, I'll give you one thing. I'll give you an advice that usually I follow. So first of all, read the question properly, then try to think that from which topic this question is asked from. Which topic, right? Okay, which topic, which chapter from where this question might have been taken. Okay, you may be sure of it, you may be semi sure of it, you may be partially sure of it, that is okay, no problem. But if you now vaguely think that okay, this question came from this concept, okay, like a question came from, as I was saying, let's suppose that properties of solid. Okay, now if a question came from properties of solid, what you can do, if you are unable to figure out that what to do question, you can try one way, which I usually prefer. So you write the formulas of topic. Once the topic is identified, just try to understand this. See, if somebody is making a question, he has to use those concepts only which are there in your syllabus. And if you have learned that, okay, definitely you will be able to solve that question. But you have to think a bit. You have to think maybe a little differently. So what you can do, write the formulas. Okay, maybe you don't write it, you just revise it in your mind, and then write the formula and see where the data is getting fitted, where the data is fitting in the formulas, where the data is fitting in the formula. So sometimes by doing this, I have seen that when initially you might be thinking that this question can't be solved, but once you think this way, so okay, this is the formula of Hooke's law. Stress is proportional to strain. Stress is Young's modulus times strain. Now what is strain? Change in length upon original length. Okay, in this question, final length, original length is given. So from where I can get the change in length? So this way your mind accordingly, when things are in front of you, your mind accordingly start working towards that. This is very scientific. Okay, so now once you see the data, try to fit the data in the formula. You will come up with some solution, some approach might be. Okay, and here this chapter helps a lot. Units and measurement. Okay, so sometimes you must see that what is the units of the perimeters given. Even if you don't know the formula, you can try with the units. Okay, you can try with the dimensional analysis to frame or form a formula in between the variables that are provided in the question. Okay, so guys, see, to conclude, what I can say here is, see, no topic in the physics is difficult. First point. Second point, if you want to be in a good medical college, if you want to become a doctor, you cannot afford in this much competition to leave any topic. Okay. Now many students who are trying to figure out that which topic is difficult so that we can leave it. Okay, this is out of question. You must not do that. I strongly advise against it, of leaving any topic in such competition in the NEET examination. Okay. Now, sir, when we find the topic difficult, how we can study it? So try to start any topic from its very basic concept, and then step by step take it to the advanced level. Also, before you start any topic, make sure that you have completed all the topics which are prerequisite for this particular topic. As I have quoted, for Newton law of motion, kinematics is required. Okay, for gravitation, Newton law of motion is required. Right? Okay. So in this way, you can obviously approach. Okay, and then definitely, if you try to do this way, you are going to get hold of each and every topic. May some topic take more time than the other. This may happen, and that is okay. Okay, if some topic is lengthy, it is obviously going to take more time. Okay, that is not your thing to worry about. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, okay. All the things you have to be precise about your preparation. You must complete all the topics. And as far as questions are concerned, I am very sure that when you have concepts handy with you, you will be able to solve them. Okay, okay. So, guys, this is what I wanted to discuss in this today's session. Okay, so I'll take your leave now. So, thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and do suggest us in the comment that on what topics we can come up with you, what topics you want to discuss with us, and we will definitely be able to do that. Okay, so with this, thank you very much. Have a good day, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.